Good morning. Good morning. Welcome back to another episode of that Stay Off My Grass podcast. You got your boy, Suns fan Randy in the building. And I'm just waking up and I seen the news like everybody else seen the news. It was kind of like the worst kept secret. I feel like Coach Bud is fired. And my initial thoughts and reactions is good riddance. You know what I mean? It was a lot of stuff. Even though I will shoot him some bail, shoot him some grace, I don't think that it was all his fault. Like realistically, as a fan that watched all 32 games, or just a fan that just kind of like obsessed with this team and kind of listened to him in his post game and just watched his schemes and all this other shit. Like I don't, you can't blame this entire season on Coach Bud, but I do think that it's easy to just fire him, to just, you know what I'm saying, like reset the mood, reset the tone, and just kind of get fans kind of happy or whatever, or even the players kind of happy. So I understand that. You know what I'm saying? But we got a couple of issues here that we really need to, as Suns fans, we need to address and kind of unpack. This is Devin Booker's, I don't know, like 1,000 coach in 10 years or whatever. So we really need to, as Suns fans, come to grips with like it may be this nigga. It may be Devin Booker. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I love him, you love him. We all, you know what I'm saying, take a bullet for Devin Booker, but we can call out a spade if it's a spade. It's just like Devin Booker is kind of showing to be uncoachable. You know what I'm saying? Or there's a specific type of coach that Devin Booker kind of respects or likes, or that can get the best out of him. So it's like we kind of got to find that guy. I feel like Monty was that a little bit, in the sense of Monty was the leader of men, and I feel like he was like a culture guy, which we do need on this team, which is important because I thought that kind of Devin Booker can kind of so be a sponge and kind of soak that up, and then kind of push that culture and keep that culture going. But that wasn't, you know what I'm saying, that wasn't true. But yeah, so we just need a combination. I just think that Monty just wasn't the best IQ X and O's guy. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's where him and Devin Booker probably butt head. And I feel like Devin Booker butts heads with a lot of coaches and players, probably just off of IQ and what we should and shouldn't be doing, and what they shouldn't be seeing on the court. You know what I'm saying? And I that's what I think it is. This is just my educated guess. I think it's more so like Devin Booker is a high IQ guy. Him and Katie are like, I guess, high IQ players. So it's kind of tough when you stick players around them that don't got that same kind of IQ. Like for example, like San Antonio Spurs, like everybody that they picked up when they was at their height had all high basketball IQs. So it's just like everybody on that team knows the play, if you was a point guard or even if you was a center. So they knew exactly where to be at all times, or to kind of attack a defense or exploit shit. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it's kind of tough to do that when you got like Mason Plumlee and shit on your team, and like Drew Eubanks. So I get it. You know what I'm saying? I understand it from that aspect. But back to what I was saying. Coach Bud fired. We all, this is something we all expected. I don't know who we could go out there and go get. I was one of the ones before we hired Frank. I was like, yo, we should probably go get Ime, because I think that he's the perfect blend of a guy that's good with the X's and O's, and on top of that, can instill culture and don't take no shit. You know what I'm saying? And we'll talk to, you know what I'm saying, certain superstars and shit like that. Because I think that's where shit get tricky when you start doing the special treatment and shit like that. Like I would imagine Monty didn't talk to Devin Booker the same way he talked to Aiton. And it ain't the same way he talked to CP3, the same way that he talked to McKill. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. And that could kind of fuck up a locker room and build that resentment over time if it's not like handled. And I feel like Coach Bud and Frank Vogel, just to me from the outside looking in, it looked like he just wouldn't even kind of approach the superstar kind of guys. It's just like, I'm gonna let y'all do y'all, and I'm gonna just hop on everybody else ass. And I feel like that's not the way to go as a, you know what I'm saying, as a team. Like that just builds that is just a bad energy. You know what I'm saying? And then especially with like the lineups and shit like that, benching certain players and Tyus Jones and like all this other shit and Grayson. Now it was just bad. Like hindering. I feel like Bowl. It was a lot. It was a lot that you could point to that was wrong with Coach Bud and what he was doing. But I'm not mad at him because he was doing the best what he was dealt. You know what I'm saying? And he was just trying to hit home runs all the time. Where it's just like that necessarily we didn't necessarily need to do that. Or we don't even know if some of that stuff is coming from up top. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't know what the message was from up top is. You know what I'm saying? So maybe he was just doing what he was told. So I don't know. But I'm glad he's gone. I honestly do not know who we could go get. They if Taylor Jenkins is out there, who else got fired? I don't know. We gotta really this summer really lock down. But what I'm looking forward to in a coach is somebody that's more culture oriented that could be more of a player's coach. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like that's when we get our best results. You know what I mean? Not necessarily. Yeah, we do need the IQ, the X and O's guy, but I don't think that the X and O's guy, like, depending on who he is, you know what I'm saying, is the best fit for us. So I think that we've done our best when we got like the player's coach kind of guy. And also another thing, I've seen like KD arguing with fans and shit on, you know what I'm saying, on Instagram or Twitter or whatever the fuck. And we just got to come to terms too as Suns fans, like he's probably gone. Like Kevin Durant is fucking gone, and it's cool. Like we could get, I don't care what anybody else say. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't give a fuck. Like because I think that they think that we're gonna give away KD just for like an open bag of chips, and I don't think that that's true. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know how we're gonna handle the other situation per se, but it's reports saying that certain people won't be coming back on this team. So, you know what I'm saying? Round of applause for that. But yeah, Katie, like I said, I'm open to two things. And this is just what I've been seeing, what I've been hearing. I don't know. Um, I'm looking at the team. Well, I'm looking at Minnesota. That's my first option. If we could go ahead and do that Minnesota for Julius Randle and Jaden McDaniels, I do that all day, every day. And they were saying something along the lines like if the Rockets get the number one pick, we could make that trade. And I wouldn't be opposed to that. You know what I'm saying? Go get Cooper Flag for Katie. So I don't know. I don't know how real that is or whatever. So that's just me just throwing shit at the, you know what I'm saying, at the wall. But all in all, like I said, KD is an asset. So I don't know why people are, and there's a lot of teams that would still give up valuable pieces for Kevin Durant. You know what I'm saying? So don't let nobody else tell you different. You know what I'm saying? I know the narrative and shit like that, like, oh, y'all not gonna get shit for KD. We go get like bullshit back. If anything, like I said, we gonna get at least, you know what I'm saying? It just don't make sense. So I don't even entertain it. I just advise you not to entertain it as Suns fans. Like it is what it is. Like right now, we are in a space as Suns fans where we talked a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We was up here. So now we was dishing it out. Now we got to be able to take it and just, you know what I'm saying? Like roll with the punches. So it's just like, it's a lot of shit. It's a lot of narratives. It's a lot of this and that. And we just got to, you know what I'm saying? Weather the storm for. So we did that to ourselves. But all in all, man, thank y'all, I guess, for you know what I'm saying, sticking around this far in the season. The season is over with, you know what I'm saying? So, but I will be trying to check up with y'all probably like twice a week, just giving Suns news and shit that I hear throughout the, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. But till next time, man, peace.